to training tonight. I mean, I know they threatened like a little sprinkle out, but you did put your big girl panties on, you got in your car, and you came.
We did.
Yeah, good for you. So anyway, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight at training. We have giveaways, we have raffles, we have a special guest in the house, Jane Francis. She's our style expert extraordinaire, isn't she? And we're so excited to have her here tonight. But before we get started, we need to have a little talk about something. We really need to help you get rid of your butts. Okay, so let's get this party started. Let's start with some recognition, okay? How many of you guys held an event this month?
Wow.
How many of you thought about holding an event this month?
Maybe. Yeah.
Lisa?
Well, I would have had an event, but I was just too busy planning my son's birthday party this month, and it was so much work.
Sure. I wanted to have events this month, but they all canceled, and I was busy anyway, so it worked out.
Well, I want to sponsor for the Challenge Yourself promotion, but no one at my show seems interested. I wish I had the luck that other people do and had people just come up to me.
Those are some really big butts, ladies. I don't know about you, but I would love to help you get rid of your big butts.
I'm tired of my butt.
Right here. Oh, here.
It's hard with these butts.
Please help me get rid of my butt.
Yeah, maybe you should.
I'm tired of my butt keeping me from reaching my goals for my car payment. Much better.
Help you get rid of your butt too, Mandy.
No.
That's what I'm doing.
She's overcoming her fear.
She's overcoming her fear.
See, ladies.
I guess I could maybe host this coach better so all my events don't cancel. I'm so tired of keeping my butt from getting a bunch of free jewelry. We're gonna...
Well, maybe if I practice my sponsoring activity and learn how to talk to my guests at checkout, I could get rid of my big butt. And maybe I could win the contest.
Okay, ladies, how about we learn some new skills tonight so that your big butts won't get in the way anymore from you reaching your goals in Premiere.
Okay, Mom. What's that?
By
Yes,
the way,
because I'm
that was
actually
a
going to use
perfect
them.
segue from overcoming your fears because they were all petrified of getting the balloons popped. Not coming up here, balloon popping.
Okay, go past, we're going to do a T-bar. Go past. Is that T-bar there? No, T-bar. This one? I'm moving around. Well, I'm going to write this out, so maybe, Kelly, you want to help me write? I need something to white laser on the wall. Oh, perfect. Okay, I want you guys to jot this down, because you probably can't, unless you have laser eyes, you can see that screen up there. I'll post it on the... Okay. here's some things I want your mindset to start shifting to. It's a whole new mindset. You're leading with your why, not your what or your but. You're leading with your why, okay? You're doing that because the limbic brain understands that. It understands that our brain wants to say, why do I need that? So that's why that makes so much more sense to the average consumer, right? So another thing to think about, and this is the paradigm shift we're making, guys, and it's a pretty big shift, okay? And that is, we've been very successful over the years in Premier to be the presenter, right? We were good at it. I mean, really all eyes on us, right? I don't know, that freaked me out. I mean, you want to talk about duplicatable. I mean, the number one fear for people is public speaking, right? So think about what we're shifting to. So we were the presenter. Now guess what we are? We are now the guide. Does that make sense? Basically, we're not doing all the talking and all the eyes are on us. We're doing some of the talking, but the focus is 180% on the customer. That makes sense? We've told them all our tricks, all our ways to turn the jewelry, all the flips, all the turns, all this stuff. Here's what we have to also remember. People will buy at our shows, and they did, okay? But when you have a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear, which is most women, they're bombarded with stuff, and you just give them 50 tricks to do with a necklace, right? You just confused them even more. Because they're now going, okay, I'll buy it, but at the end of the day, are they really doing all that? Probably not, because they need you. So also remember, too, when we led with the what, when people have a closet full of clothes, there are a lot of people saying, oh, no, I don't need more jewelry. I don't need to add more chaos to my life. I don't even know how to figure out my closet, let alone add jewelry to it. Do you see what I'm saying? So we've got to be able to understand that we're now less of a presenter and more of a guide. And honestly, the fact of the matter is, that should be freeing to most of you. Okay? You're their coach. You're they can do it. Just like I had to learn how to do it. Right? Give yourself some credit. Look how much you have learned, even if you've only been in Premier a month or two. You know more than you think you know. You're that coach and you're their guide. So you're not talking at them, you're talking more like with them. That makes sense. Okay? Number 2 is we've always been in the past we sold the product. You know, this is the jewelry. This is what you do with it. You can flip it, you turn it, you twist it. And we focused on the product. Okay? Now we're selling solutions to their problems. The biggest studies I've seen is nobody wants to be sold to anymore. People do not buy your product. They buy the solutions for their problems. So if you can solve their problems, which indirectly is the jewelry, and Andy Horner always told us that. You know, he said it's never been about the jewelry anyway. Right? It's about enriching and making a difference. What happens is when you go in with these new services, and AKA, when you say services, what are they attaching to that? Value. Because they go, I've had people message me and say, how much does it cost to come to your workshop tonight? You think I'm kidding? And it's serious. They do. Because they're attaching a price tag to it. Because it's a service in their mind. See, this is being open-minded, guys. This is a new mindset. But it's very receptive to so many people.
because they see you different. I was sitting on an airplane coming back from Dallas last week, next to a guy, me and Tracy Ebert. Tracy Ebert, me, and this football player guy. In his 50s, big guy. You know, he was supposed to be sandwiched in between us. And we're like, you probably want to sit on the aisle. He's like, thanks. Because you made my night. So we're talking, so we're talking, and I always strike up conversation because I always know that if I talk to people, I can learn something. Right? If I sit there and just keep my mouth shut, I don't learn. So I always want to learn from anybody. So if I was sitting by you guys at lunch today, I'm going to learn something from you. Okay? That's my brain. So I'm talking to him. His name's Brian. And Brian's from Lafayette, Indiana. I'm from Fort Wayne. So we're about 2 hours away. And so I said, so, Brian, you coming back from work? Because it's Friday afternoon. He goes, yeah, can't wait to get home. It's been a busy work week. I said, tell me what you do. He goes, I work for a big steel company. He goes, man, it's just been tons of travel. And I go, why tons of travel? He goes, industry's changing fast. He goes, we acquired all these extra companies, and we're just, it's been nuts. And I'm out there, getting these plants up and running. And I said, oh, that's cool. I said, how's your CEO about all these new changes? He goes, oh my gosh. He goes, he's only 46 years old, the new CEO for the company. He said, he's got a growth mindset. He just sees all the possibilities. I worked with him at the last job. There's a lot of transitions. It's going good. And he goes, well, what do you do? That's usually and actually what happens when you ask someone else what they do. They tell you, ask you what you do. Oh, well, I work for a company out of Dallas, Texas. I said, I help women fall in love with their closet again. So I help them create 30-second outfits they never thought they had. I have helped them shop smart, and I save them time and money in the long haul. And he goes, my wife needs that. I go, seriously? I mean, she probably does. I said, tell me what your wife does. And he tells me what his wife does. P.S. She's a massage therapist, and she does it out of their house. So, long story short, I have a setup that I'm going to go get a massage in Lafayette when my husband works in Lafayette he goes to a plant there, and then I'm going to do a closet consult with his wife. But the point is, I led from the why it matters. And I was serving. This is our services. And he goes, so this is a guy, style guy. I mean, no, but you know what he said? Yeah, I said, really, we're rebranding ourselves too in Premier, company is. I said, the shift is changing. There's a lot of people who need us. They don't know why they need us. And I said, but, there's still methods. We're still doing the same we originally have, but we've acquired and added new services and ways to do business. And I started telling him about these closet consults and everything else, and he said, that's super smart. I mean, if you talk to anybody that's outside Premier and you just run it by them, that's what they say. That's super smart. And see, our mindsets, we're in Premier, right? The closet consult form, that form right there, was designed. The reason it came up is I was having lunch with my brother about 8 months ago. The same brother who told me to read Mindset. We're having lunch and we're talking about Microsoft and all the new changes. And he says to me, I'm telling him about, hey, I think we got to go in the closets now. He goes, it's really smart. Same thing, right? I think you got to. He goes, at Microsoft, we used to sell hardware. Now we sell services. Because we couldn't make it just selling a product. We had to find services to sell our product. Does that make sense? And so I'm telling him about the closet consult. He goes, well, that's really cool. He goes, you need to do you need to make a digital printout for it. So for your customers, your clients. And when he said that, I go, never thought of it. I go, so who was that from? Someone outside Premier who gave us perspective inside Premier. Andy Stanley says it's about one of the smartest things you and I can do. Where did all this style stuff really come from? A lot of it came from the consumer, by listening to the outsiders of our business. See, we see it only our way. And we've seen it that way for a long time. Okay? So we're more of a presenter, or less of a presenter, more of a guide. We're not focusing on being sale-oriented as much as we are finding the solutions to their problems. Okay? We are going to share things in story form. I'm going to talk about that. I'm not going to go over it right now, but story form will be key. Do you guys know if you can talk in a story to your customers, they're 2,700% more likely to understand your message? 2,700%. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will see stories, but it's one-line stories that come out. Simple stories. I was able to, this was just about 2 months ago, I was on Instagram, and I posted my post, and a girl from San Diego, California, messaged me in the post, and she said, I need you. I've been following you for 4 months. I watched all your posts. She messaged me in the Instagram. She goes, I need you. How can we make this work? So I did a virtual closet consult with her, and then a live Facebook party. It ended up being about a $1,200 show. But see, I never would have attracted her if I led from just my product. Because here's the deal. She had tons of jewelry. And she had tons of clothes. Ding, ding, ding. The big problem for her was not the product. The problem was she didn't know how to create the looks and the outfits. It was mad chaos for her. She didn't understand the method to the madness, which I'll show you guys after lunch. Okay? So I led with a story. So this is called attractive marketing. Did you hear Julie Miller talk about it's endless content in the style lane? If nothing else, even if you don't even do the style approach, you guys should be taking on this whole method for the content. Because it's story form content. It's endless. I can go into offices, I can go into corporations, and that's the other thing I told Brian. I said, Brian, I can do this corporately for your women. You know, the guy sitting on the airplane with me. So, never did I ever quite make the mark of getting into offices every week with the original way we did Premiere. I believe now that our schedules can actually start looking like hairstylists, where we can do, if we choose to, and we want to work this business full time, we can have 3 to 4 to 5 appointments during a day, versus just doing shows on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Does that make sense? So if I want, I could do 2 to 3 closet consults, an office consult, a Facebook Live show at 7, and all in one day. Right? We just haven't gotten good at any of this yet. Do Facebook parties work? Heck yeah, they do. Don't let anybody tell you they don't. We just haven't gotten good at it yet. We've got to have the growth mindset. Right? Joelle helps me with that at the Facebook party. People say, oh, this, online, all this stuff that you take time to brand yourself on Facebook, it doesn't work. Don't go back. Go back to the basics. Guys, it's flipping working. People are watching and paying attention, and you don't. They're just not posting. I posted yesterday. Anybody know the Blue Cloud ring? Do you guys know which one that is? It's a David Yurman looking ring. It's blue with a big stone. It's a sleeper in our catalog. It's amazing, right? And just for kicks, I just pulled it out and I go, everybody really should have this blue, this ring. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's $48, you guys. And I was in my car dealership on Friday, and there's a David Yurman catalog sitting right there. So I opened it up, and there's the Blue Cloud ring of their version. It's like $1,500, and the picture of it, and it's the David Yurman catalog. So I got out my phone and I took a picture of it. Then when I got home, I took my blue cloud ring and made it pretty and took a picture of that. And then I posted it in my VIP group and I said, guys, who likes this ring? I said, this is a sleeper in our line. And David Yurman's got a knockoff of this. I said, it's amazing. You know, what are you guys laughing at? Yeah, so I did. I just posted it. I go, who likes this ring? I said, comment. And I got like 19 or 20 comments. P.S. I've sold, so far this morning, that was yesterday, I've sold 6 rings. So when they commented, yes, I like it, yes, I like it, I go, well, guess what? It's your special today. Special is you're getting free shipping from me, and you're going to get it for $38. So I sold 6 that fast. Okay? So it's just, we haven't gotten good at it, guys. So don't close your mind and say that stuff doesn't work. We're just not good at it yet. I'm just telling you. It's real. It's our new world. It's happening. Now, am I saying it's the only way? See, here's the deal. You guys are going to have to pick and decide, what do you want to get good at? What 3 things are you going to get good at? Honestly, I want to get really good at my style workshops and my closet consults and office style shows. And my Facebook shows are for people that aren't willing to do a real live show in person. That's my second, it's always my second option. I'm gonna push them there because if trust me, if they're gonna say no to a workshop and they're gonna say yes to a Facebook Live, I'm gonna take something. Right? So it just makes sense you would do that. You know, see, you gotta diversify. Diversify. Okay? Also do a Style Fix Club. Now, I only got one of those going right now because I've been so busy retailing, I haven't done it. But I started my first Style Fix Club, which is the Jewelry Lovers Club. You guys know what that is? You guys know what that is? My first one. $1,200. That's what the sales were. But here's the other thing I'm going to tell you. With the style approach, I can guarantee you right now, we're going to start putting numbers and laying everything out. Your retail's higher. Your retail's higher because you're adding major value. Think about it. Starbucks coffee. Why do you pay $4 for a Starbucks coffee? You can go to McDonald's and you get it for 99 cents. But why do you go to Starbucks? I saw all these Starbucks coffees this morning. Why do you pay that price? Because you see the value in it, right? You go in there, it's an experience, it's fun, it's awesome, it's just a happy place. That's the difference. When you take the style approach, is our product becomes more like a Starbucks coffee than a McDonald's coffee. Does that make sense? It's real, it's true, and you guys got to decide, but you got to lay it out in a story that they can understand it. Okay, number 1, 3, you're not a teacher. That's the traditional way, because you taught them a lot. All focuses on you, and you taught them a lot. You're going into conversation mode. It's a conversation. It's more authentic. In real life, IRL. Right? That's what people want. People say, don't sell to me. Please don't do that to me. Just be real with me. Understand me. Help me. Encourage me. Support me. Do that for me. Okay? So that's important. 4. We've told our style partners or hostesses, here's the laundry list you got to do before your show. You got to do this, 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 and make sure you do that. Are you kidding me? No, we got to take things off their plate, not put things on their plate. We are taking things off their plate. We're helping with their solutions. The focus is more, you guys, the authenticity of people wanting to come to the style shows because they see the value. Your closet consult is like a hostess coaching, right? All of this is very value add. So it's actually easier to do your business, the style approach, because you're not, you got to do this, 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 you got to do this. And make sure you do that. Right? It's by default, all that happens because they're excited about their show. Does that make sense? You got to come to this style show that Joelle's going to do Friday because, oh my gosh, I never saw my closet this way. She created 4 outfits for my closet I never saw before. Oh my gosh. And she put this jewelry with it all. I mean, I want it all. It's amazing. And now I see the value of jewelry. Oh my gosh, you guys got to come. You're going to love it. And they go, okay. Right? I need it. Because here's what David Kesselbaum says. You know who David Kesselbaum is? I'm a geek, guys. I'm a nerd. I read all this stuff. He is probably the most astute businessman in New York City right now who literally is an investor for all retail in their business and what's happening in the retail market. So I listen to all his podcasts because I want to hear what he's saying about the retail industry. And if you guys have been paying attention to that, that's the other thing I noticed 4 years ago. I said at National Rally 2 years ago. Someday we may look at it and say, where's the store at? What is the store? Okay? But right now we still have them. We got stores and we got online. There's a multitude and direction of people can shop. Do all of you shop a different way? Like in other words, do you shop more than one way? Raise your hand. Look around. So would it make sense for you to do your business and office services more than one way? Because you just don't shop one way. You have, as Brett Duncan said, you guys will meet him. He's a part of the new Premier team and Premier. We have to cater our businesses how the consumer wants to shop, not how we want to. If they want to shop online, you let them shop online. If they want to shop in a workshop, you let them shop in a workshop. And if they want to shop in their closet, you let them shop in their closet. Because it's not about us. Okay? But back to David Hasselhoff, he said, consumers want the product they buy to be useful in their lives. And P.S., if you can provide an experience to that product, you win. That is what he's trying to help Nordstrom's and all these top companies figure out. Look what Nordstrom's, look at White House Black Market. I just sponsored our manager at White House Black Market. She is the manager for White House Black Market and was approved by the corporation to, yes, she can actually do style shows in her, at her work, and she can go do closet consults with Premier with White House Black Market customers. It's real. Why? Because that's what's happening. Stores are partnering up with people because anytime you can drive business, you guys should be, if you got local boutiques in your areas, I could talk all day telling you guys stories of what's happening, but I don't have that time. Lauren, one of my stylists, one of my leaders, she is a stylist for her best friend's boutique. She doesn't want to own, Lauren doesn't want to own the boutique. She wants to drive services. So she's their professional, hand me my rap card. Right there, Jamie. She's their stylist for the boutique. So they need to meet Lauren. They can get a closet consult. They can do a style workshop. She'll take them the clothes that they got from that boutique, and she'll help create outfits and show her friends how to do the same. She's doing live workshops at the boutique every Tuesday night. She just had one last Tuesday night. It was like $600. Okay? So, once again, it's endless. The possibilities are huge. You guys got to be open and receptive and not so close-minded to say, why? Here's the question you should always ask yourself. When a new thing comes your way, you should say, why not? Tell me why not. instead of that will never work. No. Okay? But all this stuff is going to open up your eyes to some big business if you allow it to. Okay, so number 5. It's always been about the free jewelry, girls, and for some it still might be. Okay? But honestly, do you know what is trumping the free jewelry? Would you love it if someone made your life easier? Would you love it if someone could give you simple solutions and just tell you what to do? Honestly, when it comes to cooking, when it comes to any finance advice, when it comes to weight loss and working out, I would love someone just tell me what to do, how to do it, and I'll do it. Right? That is worth more to me than anything. And that's what women and people are wanting. So service is trumping the free jewelry. The free jewelry is great, don't get me wrong. But we used to always do you want free jewelry? Do you want free jewelry? Do you want free jewelry? Now we're leading, how can I help you serve you? You know, when I do a closet consult, one of the very first questions I ask, what is your goal for me in here? What would you like to have happen? What's your goal? Listen to what they say. And show them how you can serve them. That's the difference. You guys, it's been under our nose for so long, it's what right over our heads. Right? This is the day and age we're living in. 6. Oh, this one's a tough one. I might get on a soapbox about this one. 6. Traditional way. Will you do me a favor? I'm in a contest. Would you help me out? I need another show. You guys, I know. I'm just going to tell you. You know what Christy Wright says about that stuff? You teach your customers how to treat you. Those are weak words. They're weak. Because you know what you're saying? I don't see the value. I'm not sure about my product or what I have to offer, but would you just do me a favor anyway? Gayla Unger says, we got sucked into that for many years in Premier. And what we did is we devalued ourselves. And what Andy Horner says about that is, he goes, don't you ever lower yourself to be an imposition on someone, because you have a lot of value and you have a lot to offer someone. So I'm going to tell you, you guys, you are doing them a favor with this style approach, because you have a service, you have a plan, you have tools, you have support, you have literally a recipe to help these women make their life get a whole lot easier. Don't you dare have to ask for a favor anymore. Can I get an amen? Amen. Do you see that? Do you understand that? But see, we led with the what for so long, when even in the times where it wasn't really working, that's how we got around it. We'd say, well, do me a favor then. Right? We shouldn't have to resort to that. What we didn't do is we didn't adapt and adjust. What has changed the most, you guys, is the consumer has changed. And we did not adapt and adjust to what she wanted probably as quick as we should have. All right? So, but we're doing it now. All right? So that's that. Hostess coach, your closet consult. Your closet consult is the biggest golden nugget. Julie Miller told me back in October, I'll never do a closet consult. I'm too busy for that. She now is the biggest promoter of closet consultations. Because from your closet consultation, they see the value of you and every service you provide. Most closet consults will yield $2 to $3 to $4 to $500 in sales that fast. But most importantly, 98% of all my closet consults are attached to a style workshop. So they're doing a real live show with it, and that's powerful. But for the women and the busy women on the run, the women who always say, I will never do a show, get into her closet, and that's your next best. Where you may very well do a style show with her after if you get into her closet. And 8, we lead with Premier and the product. 8, we lead with the style and the service. That's the T-bar difference. So we're leading with the style. You know, every social media guru is telling us, this is what's super hard for us too. We always led with Premier. Premier. Logo, 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 logo. It's really, they don't know Premier and they don't have a relationship with Premier. They have a relationship with you, a real live person. You're as close to Premier as that they'll ever probably meet. So Premier even knows this. Home office marketing team knows this. You don't have to put Premier in the forefront because sometimes direct sales has kind of gotten a little bad rap where people go, oh, there's another direct sales company again. Like when they don't even know that I'm at they see, it's me creating services. Does that make sense? So I'm just saying, don't read into that too much other than to say, put yourself out there and brand yourself. Don't brand Premier. Does that make sense? And we've been taught that from all the social media trainings we were getting at Premier right now. Okay? Brand you, don't brand Premier. We'll talk about branding later. Any questions? I think we're done. We're going to eat 5 minutes, right? Any questions on any of this? Can you kind of see the shifts, you guys? Does it make sense?